and welcome to my Stamina Necromancer build for PvP. I'm gonna show you what I currently run on my Necromancer, mostly for group play. As my monster said, I'm using Bloodspawn for ult generation and the additional resist. We have some expensive ults, so we need that additional source of ult income. Then we have Fury to buff our weapon damage. I have 3 pieces on body and the weapons of Fury. Weapons are in Nernhound, Shield is in Sturdy, and I'm using Maul for more penetration on my backbar. All armor traits are in Impenetrable, and the second 5 piece is Spriggan for more physical penetration, 2 times on body, the smallest one to get the most out of my resist, and full jewelry. I'm using all infused, 2 times weapon damage, 1 stamina recovery. You can of course also replace that with weapon damage if you can sustain it, of course. And on sword and board I'm also using double dot poison with increased cost to stamina. As buff food I'm using actually Dewey's Cameron Throne. You can also use the golden one, which is Arteum Takeaway Brood, but I don't have it on me at the moment, so I'm not using it here. My potions are weapon crit potions to gain more weapon crit, and the stamina mostly fully buffed up with armor and the ghost. We're sitting at over 2000 stamina recovery. Weapon damage of course gets higher when Fury procs and our weapon damage enchant. Our resist are 28.5. That's quite okay, but keep in mind we get an additional mitigation by the ghost, which takes 10%, and this skill also takes 3%, so you're quite tanky with that setup. Anything more to armor? No. Let's go to the skills I'm using. I'm using Sword and Board as my damage bar, so here I have Deep Slash. Elsewhere you were using Heroic Slash, that got a damage nerf, so I'm using Deep Slash now, which didn't got the damage nerf. Kinda more a buff to it, cause now the damage you deal with Deep Slash actually applies to up to 6 targets around your initial target and deals the full damage. Then we have Reverberating Bash as our CC, which also deals some damage. And Deep Slash also applies minor maim, which gives another 50% damage mitigation. Then we have the Blast Bones to have a little bit more burst and also major defile. AoE, that's good, and also creates a corpse. Vigor as our heal, of course. Then Necrotic Potency. We're gonna use this mainly to just soak up a lot of ult generation, because we have here this Resurrect ult, and on backbar we're using Colossus. They all have pretty high cost, so having a skill which gives you a shit ton of ult is kinda important, and also gives us 3% damage mitigation. On backbar I'm using that Braided Tether. It's quite good. It heals a lot of people around you and between the corpse itself. The healing is quite fast. I think it's like 3 ticks per second, and it's really a good heal, and it's basically costs us nothing. Then of course Executioner, our guardian, to heal us a bit, but mostly for the 10% damage mitigation and the increased recovery through a passive. Beckoning Armor for armor buffs, and actually it helps when someone snipes you, they just get instantly pulled to you and you can just kill them. Forward Momentum for our buffs, and of course Snare Removal and the Colossus to just help with the ulti dumps with a shit ton of damage, and also major vulnerability. It basically fucks everyone. Champion points, pretty simple. I'm using, starting here at Tower, 52 into Warlord and a little bit into Bashing Focus, 47 Mooncalf to help our recovery, and Tenacity for the heavy attacks, Shadow Ward and Tumbling, 52, 32 into Bless for more healing, 81 in Mastered Arms. Mostly we have direct attacks, so we want to push them to the maximum. 40 precise strikes, 53 into piercing and 64 into mighty. 81 into ironclad, 50 resistant, 43 each in hardy and elemental defender. We have only 20 points into thick-skinned, that's why we have a passive. Where is it? Here. Reduce the damage, from dots by 10% while you have a Bone Tyrant ability active, and that's basically your armor buff. So you get an additional 10% out of there, and we don't need to stack as much, even though that patch at the moment is kinda dot heavy. And 32 into quick recovery to help our healing even more. Yeah, that was basically it. I'm gonna put some clips at the end